When reading Psalm 17, the first thing that came to mind was how this was David's plea in a time of crisis. He prayed, "Hear me, Lord. My plea is just. Listen to my cry." Spurgeon once said, "A cry is our earliest utterance, and in many ways the most natural of human sounds. If our prayer should, like the infant's cry, be more natural than intelligent, and more earnest than elegant, it will be none the less eloquent with God." There is a mighty power in a child's cry to prevail with a parent's heart. So, if a cry from a child is enough to urge a parent to comfort that child, how much more will our Father choose to hear our cries in a time of need, and stretch out his hand to comfort us through this time? David knew that God wants us to come before him with an open and honest heart. How often do we try hiding all the facts from God? Maybe because we are too afraid of admitting our wrongdoings to ourselves, let alone to God. But he wants us to come with faith, not fear, knowing that his forgiveness makes us right with him. David wanted his vindication to come from God. He didn't want to justify himself in his own strength, but to wait on God's presence to tell him whether the work he was doing was for him or for God. I so easily try to take things on in my own strength and take credit for what I do, which darkens my heart as I glorify myself rather than lifting the burden of how well I do, because instead I am teaming with God, relying on his strength and glorifying him in the process.